Units of our army inflict heavy losses on terrorists in Nahr Aisha and Damascus and capture dozens of them. Competent authorities destroy terrorist headquarters in al-Assad suburbs and Homs. Minister of National Reconciliation tells the People's Assembly that his ministry is an expression of solid political will. Hello and welcome to our news for today. The Syrian Arab army continued to chase the terrorists, capturing dozens and inflicting heavy losses on them.
Syria will continue to remain immune to terrorists. It is an objective that our brave army and vigilant security forces are set to realize. The army has combed Nahr Aisha neighborhood that was the scene of the terrorist acts in reply to the inhabitants' calls. Our armed forces have stormed into a terrorist hideout in Nahr Aisha.
Now there are no gangs. They had been there. They committed acts of killing and sabotage. They opened fire at people. Thank God, the situation is better now. We have not slept for 10 days. We closed our doors with iron locks. Despite all this, we did not feel safe. This is my door. The terrorists broke it. They stole all the things inside my house. Armed terrorist groups had attacked our houses. Therefore, we had to leave our homes. We did not dare to return. The armed men used to come during night to rob.
The terrorists have committed acts of killing, stealing and burning. Disguised in military uniforms, they threatened the people of the neighborhood and set up barricades.
My group and I chased the terrorists and the armed men who wreaked havoc and spread panic among citizens. We clashed with the armed gangs in the fields with the help of the people. We stormed their hideouts and captured them.
It is a pledge that our courageous army has undertaken to clear the homeland of such gangs and of all those who want to target citizens and the homeland.
Authorities in Homs have destroyed the headquarters of armed terrorist groups on Al-Moh Road near Tel Ain Tannour in al-Assad suburbs. A large number of terrorists were killed. Those identified were Abdul Majid al-Rahil, Diab Hussein al-Diab and Hussein al-Aqla. The Chinese intelligence uncovers a Metro Golden Mayor plot to shoot a fake movie portraying Syria falling apart and the regime stepping down.
Chinese intelligence spokesperson Colonel Ishma Songa pointed out that these fake shoots are being directed from Philadelphia, Nevada in the United States. The Chinese intelligence report confirms that Hollywood is producing a replica of Damascus, including Umayyad Square, Qasyun Mountain, Al-Dameir Airport, Al-Assad Library, Al-Assad Bridge, and other private and government sites, with a budget of $36 billion funded primarily by Qatar and Saudi Arabia. The film will be aired after halting the transmission of all Syrian TV channels, in addition to halting pro-Syrian TV outlets. Songa stressed that China will not let Syria face the universal conspiracy alone, but will offer great moral help in order to overcome the consequences of such a plot.
Iran has reiterated call for an end of foreign intervention in Syria's internal affairs, warning that the constant attempt to shake up security and stability in Syria constitutes a threat to all the countries of the region. Iranian Foreign Ministry's spokesman Ramin Mehman Prest has said backing terrorism and the armed terrorist groups is not in the interest of the Syrian people and the states of the region. He stressed his country's support for the Syrian people and the reforms carried out by the Syrian leadership. Mehman Prest said changing Annan's plan to a call for a political transfer in Syria has not obtained the priority. He reiterated his country's support for Annan's plan to solve the crisis in Syria. The Slovak Communist Party stressed that Syria represents a basic pillar of resistance in the Middle East, as Damascus is considered one of the oldest capitals of the world, which played a decisive role in the Arab history. The vice chairman of the party, Jalal Suleiman, pointed out in an article he published on his website that some Arab countries which are taking part in the war against Syria are the same ones which interfered in 2006 and considered themselves moderate countries but stood on the side of Israel. These same countries are offering financial help to different armed terrorist groups in Syria. He made it clear that despite the strong campaign against Syria, its army remains strong and its diplomats united. The People's Assembly resumed its third session today, headed by Assembly Speaker Muhammad Jihad al-Laham, in order to discuss the government's ministerial statement. During the session, Minister of National Reconciliation Affairs Dr. Ali Haidar pointed out that the creation of his ministry revealed the firm policy by the political leadership to spread values of tolerance and justice among all social groups and help overcome the negative consequences of the crisis. Dr. Haidar stressed that his ministry will do its utmost to correct mistakes and push towards a political dialogue in order to bring about peace and stability across all Syrian cities. Prime Minister Riyad Hijab said that all goods and foodstuffs are available to meet the local needs of all citizens, as focus falls on coordination and organization of delivery to citizens in all governorates. Chairing a cabinet session today, Dr. Hijab called on the ministries concerned to avoid the gaps of coordination among the public bodies in order to guarantee dealing with the emergency cases, urging to speed up necessary measures to guarantee the safety of the public roads, calling also for carrying out rehabilitation and restoration works to public services in the areas that were cleansed of terrorist groups. A briefing was presented by both Deputy Prime Minister for Services and Economic Affairs on the economic and services issues that are of importance to citizens in the current situation. In light of discussing the draft laws enlisted on its agenda, the Ministers' Council also adopted the draft law concerning regulating public jobs. With this, we conclude our news bulletin for today. For more information about Syria and the region, you can visit our website in English, syriaonline.sy. Up next,